Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the Masculine Education Network, or M.E.N. Today, we're going to dive into alpha, F, beta, bucks. We all know what the F is for. Can't get demonetized. So, let's talk about this for a minute. Let's jump right in. So, what we want to do is distinguish whether or not men should primarily be alpha or beta. There's not going to be anyone that's going to tell you that you should be one or the other, because yeah, being an alpha has its perks, and then there's some downsides to it. Being an alpha man is very it's a prestigious thing that most people look at. They look at it like, you have all of these things that are given to you, that society kind of looks at you or looks up to you. So things like, you have primary access to women. Not necessarily open access where every woman wants you, but primary access. Whereas the beta male, he pretty much gets the leftovers. So when you look at the alpha and beta standpoint of men, masculinity, let's kind of go over that. You have alpha males that, for the most part in their lives, they're pretty much getting the top pick of the women. They're the ones that the women are kind of craving. We're talking high school, 20s, 30s. And those are the ones that are pretty much getting what they want. Then you have beta males, men that really aren't that confident in themselves, or decide to be very passive in their masculinity. Some of the things that kind of lead beta males into being that way is not maintaining a masculine frame, not staying within inside of their frame, kind of falling into their femininity way more than they should be. That can cause a man to go or stay in being beta. You've probably seen situations, or even seen in the movies, in media, or something like that, where beta males really don't do that well when it comes to competing against alpha males. From the evolutionary standpoint, you got to kind of look at it. The alpha males had more access to the high quality women, or high value women, because they were more sought out for their physical structure, their physical strength, less disease, a higher immune system. That's the reason why they were more physically able to do the things that they were on an evolutionary standpoint. So when you think about that, that's a very big attraction trait for a woman, to know that, well, okay, someone who I could potentially have offspring with in the future, it would be great to know that this is a fair specimen to mate with later on in life, get married and things like that. So from an evolutionary standpoint, you can kind of see why women would immediately go after alpha males. But when we think about 2020 and we think about the long term with an alpha male, it's really not a good idea, or it's not a good plan for women. Why? Because being in their 20s, it's fun, it's a nice thing and an enjoyable thing to be promiscuous with alpha males. But women start finding out slowly but surely that alpha males are not in it for the long run. They're just not, because they're busy doing what they want and doing things that benefit just them. Not all alpha males. We all know there's always, unicorns out there, men that are alpha, but then they slow down and kind of hit the corner and do other things in life. But for the most part, alpha males are in it for themselves. They're going to take care of themselves. They're going to do things and focus on their mission. Beta males. Beta males tend to be long-term providers. They tend to be resource gatherers that share with partners, or that will share with their woman a lot more often than just using their resources for themselves. So when a woman looks at a beta male, or she thinks of a beta male, she's really not in that 20 to 30-year-old age range where she's ready to say this is the guy at 20, because evolutionarily she's not thinking, you know what, let me settle down now at 20. Most women are not trying to settle for the rest of their lives starting in their 20s. Some do. There are some high value women that actually do that. They utilize their beauty, their fertility, their youth to attract the highest value male out there, and they settle down. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But most times, beta males are not the ones that are being sought after during that age range. When are they most sought after? When they're in their 30s. Check out the previous video that we just had. I talk about how Tiffany will recognize you after she's had her fun. You know, that's just part of the whole alpha and beta male aspect, is that once she's hung out with all these Chads and Tyrones and had all her fun with all these guys, these different guys, she'll start realizing and noticing that these guys are no longer paying attention to her because she's 29, because she's 30, 31. She's hit the wall, what we call the wall. The wall is kind of where you see their sexual market value start to decline. So when that starts happening, she starts realizing Chads and Tyrones aren't paying attention to me like they used to when I was 20, when I was 21. So she has to reconfigure her life plan. She has to strategize and realize, well, if these alpha males aren't paying attention to me now, it's time to settle down. Along with that, she starts to see some of her friends, family members that are female, starting to also settle down in her age range and having children, starting families, things of that nature. It, like they say, I'm sure we've all heard it before, how it gets contagious. Being pregnant is contagious. So that's what kind of happens with beta males. Beta males are there. Women like that, when they hit their 30s, they notice these beta males because they realize these guys are offering a lot for me, a lot for my offspring, future offspring, or, hey, potential offspring that she had with an alpha male that now, as a beta male, you're going to help take care of. So you have to understand where you fall on the spectrum of alpha and beta. What we're doing at this channel, maintaining your masculinity, we want all you guys to be alphas. Of course, we want you guys to enjoy yourself. We want you to get out there, ride cars like that, do whatever you want, because I look at it like this. If they are your resources, it's not necessarily selfish to use your own resources on yourself. You've earned those resources. You've gathered those resources. Nothing in today's society tells you that you should gather these resources for another adult person. So there's more than that, than just resources, than to be an alpha. But we're going to go over future episodes where we talk about maintaining your frame, making sure that you focus on your health, focus on your wealth, focus on your psychological and mental health, all these things. But beta males, I have to let you know, hopefully you are tuned in watching the episode, because everything that you guys are doing is catering to women and white knighting them. Whenever you see a damsel in distress and you're running up to her, you don't even know her, and you're just trying to rescue her from her situation. You don't understand women at some point, once you rescue them, they don't see you at all as a potential mate. They just see you as a friend. You get friend zoned. We'll have a future video on friend zoning. But you guys, it was a great episode. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button right there. Hit the notification bell so then the way you know every single time we're dropping these videos. We want this channel blasting off. We want everyone with as much knowledge as they can, so then that way they can get educated in their masculinity. And this is the network to do it. Appreciate you guys stopping by. This is Poppy Poppy. You guys have a good one. Until next time.